All right. We are back with more Monster Hunter Wilds for tonight. Elden Ring Night Rain starts tomorrow. Should be good gaming fun. Even if Night Rain does not have crossplay, which is kind of an unforgivable sin at this point. But not much that can be done about that. I really, truly do believe, though, like, how do you launch a multiplayer game in 2025 without crossplay? That just does not seem remotely logical. Right, skipping ads. Skipping ads. All right. I don't understand why Rumble's chat, whenever you pop out Rumble's chat, it's like enormous. It's like 3 times the size of the screen for no discernible reason. I do not need that much chat space. Thank you very much. All right. Mute myself. I hate knowing, like, it's not that I hate the sound of my voice, although, I mean, I kind of do. I'm sort of sound like Kermit the Frog on Adderall. But even so, I hate hearing my voice knowing that you all are hearing the echo coming through, like you're hearing me say the same thing multiple times. It's enough on y'all that you have to hear me say it once. I'm just, you know. Lord almighty. Oh, of course. Discord's got to do some updating. We are 1 day away from the weekend. Doesn't feel like, because of Memorial Day on Monday, like it does not, it feels like a bizarre week. Like just every time you have a holiday, like it does feel somewhat nice because you get to the weekend sooner. But you like your internal clock for the week just never feels right. Wait, what did somebody say in general? Aww. All right, so yo, what's good? Yes, not. How are you doing today? What's up, baby Gojo? I'm going from both sides. What do you're going from both sides of what? The only time anybody has ever told me they got it says anything about both sides is when they have stomach flu and it's coming out of both sides. Oh, okay. All right, yes, not. I get you. I got you. Okay. Be lurking, man, tending to kids, cleaning, packing. Still no worries, Jeremy. Hey, what's good, Itachi? Hey, how's it going, Game Master? Yeah, we're back on Wild, Sam. All right. Yeah, when you not when you were saying you're on both sides, all I'm thinking about is like The only time anybody says anything about both sides is when they got the stomach flu and they're like, it's coming out of both hands. Pika plays, can you give this account mod, please? Who is... I don't know. Wait, who are you, Pika plays? Sorry, I'm trying to think from... I know that I know who your account is, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Oh, it's Yes Not? I will have to, as long as I can remove it from the other. If you're going to watch me on this account, that's fine. But I want to remove mod from the other account. I already have... I don't want to have every single account be mod, you know? Yeah, how you doing today, Sam? All right, look who's early, me. Yeah, you usually come in a little bit later, don't you, Game Master? All right, hold on. I am almost... Yeah, that's right. You could be getting Night Rain now, but I'm waiting till tomorrow because I'm getting it on, I'm getting on PS5. Yeah, like I was saying, I wish I could help you out, Sam, but I don't know what's getting your stuff flagged, so it's hard for me to tell you. It's gonna be about 2 hours. No, what? It's SHXOOOXSH. I don't... Show? I don't know how to, I don't know what to get. Anyways, the stream is going to be Monster Hunter Wilds, but I was just my little joke about it's going to be about 2 hours. I'm going to be eating and watching a new season of one of the animes I like. Nice. Enjoy yourself. I got to go on Pika Plays. Okay. Give me 2 seconds and we should be up and running. I just got to get everything, all my I's dotted and T's crossed, so to speak. All right. So how's everybody's day? We had AJ had his first grade graduation today. He is officially Firebot. Yep. Good call there. I will get you in 2 seconds. Yeah, he had his first grade graduation today. 1 second here. Where is... There we go. There it is. What is Amatsu doing right now? I think for now I'm just gonna do what I told you. Yeah, it just sucks because Twitch is kind of a nightmare for small creators. It is definitely not the easiest to get off the ground with. All right, let me get Firebot up. You'll be chatting here while I watch other lives? Okay, no worries. All right, I clicked Firebot. What in the heck? It's taking so long. Okay. Move this over here. That is way too big for what I need. All right. There we go. And I'll make that just a touch bigger. Hey, Andy, what's the dumbest thing you ever heard someone say? dumbest thing. Dude, that's a good question. Like, I've heard people say, that's way too loud. That's way too loud. The dumbest thing is... I'm trying to think of what it would be. I don't know, Game Master. I went and looked through the chat log. And like I said, you were talking right up until the end. Those sausages are worse. Dude, those sausages are disgusting. It's just gibberish. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, let me get started here. Andy me? What? All right, hold on. The dumbest thing I've ever heard somebody say. Like, in person? I'm having a tough time with this. Not because I haven't heard people say dumb things, just because I don't commit stuff to memory, right? All your chats still showed up in the chat log, so I don't know. Like, I went to the Nightbot chat log to check it out. And all your chats still showed there for me, dude. Alright, we gotta get a new lobby ID up. Wait, is chatbot? Oh, there we go. Is Firebot still not up? Dumbest thing I've heard somebody say. I mean, it would have to be stuff on Twitter, right? Because, like, people just say ignorant stuff on Twitter, but I can't think of the dumbest thing I've heard somebody say, like, in person. I got timed out 1 minute before stream end, and I was literally screaming. Yo, what's up, Joseph? Spam? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't have any chat messages about you being timed out. I don't know what to tell you, Game Master. If somebody does it and I catch it, then I can address it, but, like, catching it in... Like, if it's not showing up in my chat logs, I have no way of knowing, you know? Yo, Joseph, thank you for the 7 months as king, brother. I appreciate that, man. Yippee, indeed. Why doesn't it give me the ability to thumbs up that, though? Usually when they do that, there's like a thumbs up thing. Yo, Joseph, I do appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much for the 7 months member. The dumbest thing I heard someone say is that they can't drink water because it has preservatives in it. Nice. The funniest thing ever, and it was actually where I got the, I had a manager when I used to serve at a place called Mulligan's, and he would always talk about how he was at his parents' house, and his parents lived out in the country, and the property next, they were draining a pond. And he goes, there was the absolute two most hillbilly people you could ever imagine with this pump draining this pond. And he goes, I remember it distinctly. He goes, the one guy looks at the other guy and he goes, shut her down, Verge. She's sucking mud. And he goes, it was just the way he said it. We were all absolutely in tears. I don't know. Like, we were just laughing. I don't understand. Yeah, I don't know, Joseph, like why, because it didn't set off the notification thing, and then it doesn't have the little thumbs up thing. What's even funnier about is everyone stare at them, including their family. Actually, I wonder, let me see if I can stream with Amatsu. Maybe I can do that. Give me a second here, folks. Let me see if I can join him, and I want to see how that works. Let me go into Matsu's stream real quick, and I'm going to ask him. Hold on 1 second. Okay. There was Pilot. I'll ask Pilot about it then. All right, try this out. Go to video. This time. Okay. Hold on, I don't know. Don't know how this works. All right, let me. Can you hear me? Wait a minute. Where did it go? He must have done it. I'll talk to. I'll see what happened there. Okay, you can hear me. Okay, that's weird. Let me turn your volume on your stream down to see if I can hear you. Hold on, I'm trying to. I didn't know that I could. Hold on, I'm trying to figure it out myself. Okay, I'm gonna end it. Wait, can you hear me? Can I hear you now? It doesn't show you don't have a mic. Okay. Hold on, I gotta take. Yeah, I can hear you. I gotta turn your stream volume down because it's echoing now. Okay. All right, cool. Do you have your do you have your this is wild. I was like, dude, I've seen the symbols, so I was like, I want to try it. Do you have your pin the message about the Discord? Okay, hold on, I'll pin that. Do you have your lobby ID up? Yeah, like I keep seeing this little green icon on everybody's name, like knock, knock. And I'm like, all right, I guess I'll try it. Yeah, no, it's not what I expected. All right, hold on. It's the only weird thing is now trying to respond to chat, and then I'm just sitting here like, okay, how do I do this without talking to while talking to my chat? And then is there? I need to set up like a push to talk on this, I think. Guest star? Is that what this is called? Okay, hold on. There's got to be settings to turn this. Yeah, same with my chat. I'm looking over. There's got to be a way to turn it like to where I can. It says audio output. Yeah, I see the window. I'm looking through like the settings for the window right now. Yeah, I know. You would think that they would have a push to talk. Wait a minute. Let me see something. Okay, I know what it is. I'm gonna put it on its own little window. And then if I want to say something to chat, I can just mute the mic to you real quick. Since it's in its own little window like that. Yeah, no, I think what it is, dude, is if I want to say something to chat, I'll just have the little window, and then I can just mute the little window briefly to say something to chat, and then unmute it. See where it says turn mic off? What's good, Raymonth? Sorry, I'm trying, Amatsu and I are trying to figure something out right now. And I want to be oiled up in 4K, yeah. That sounds phenomenal, Joseph. I cannot help that you decided to sell your soul to Apple, all right? That comes at a cost. Yeah. I mean, I have an iPhone, but like for serious stuff, no. Yeah. See, I am like I've been PC gaming since like OG Diablo, so like I've known how finicky Mac has been when like just games just will refuse to come out on Mac because it's Mac. And so I'm like, yeah, no, I don't need to deal with any of that. Hey, like I said, whatever works is whatever works. I'm not going to make fun of somebody for having a functioning setup. I'm just saying, like... No. Now I want to see what it okay, so now it's interesting. It shows if you go to Twitch, it shows us as like one stream kind of. Like if you go over yours, it shows like +1 and then it has like our combined things. Yeah. All right, hold on. I gotta get my actual stuff situated again, because... There we go. All right, hold on 1 second. All right, catch you later, Joseph. Sorry, guys. Hey, what's good, DM? Sorry, I'm trying to get some stuff figured out here. It's not that late. We just started like maybe 20 minutes ago. DM. What's up, Itachi? And also, too, if you don't want to chalk, like if you just want to talk to your chat, it's fine. Like, you can just mute yours, and that way, you know what I'm saying? Like, at any point, if you just want to address your chat, like, I'm down to do some hunts. That's cool, you know, but... I just wanted to get it to A. I got it to A, but I haven't done the combined one. Yeah. Wait, do I need to build the armor and stuff for that one, or is it like the other one? Okay. Yeah, Raveneth, I'm getting it tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be playing Night Rain. DM, I am playing with another streamer right now, but I can post his lobby ID. Do you have Monster Hunter Wilds, DM? Okay, so is there any like tips that you can give me on how to be more efficient with the Akuma? You're talking about the 3-hit with the square? Okay. I don't think so, Joseph. DM, what do you game on? Joseph, put your Put your pics in the Discord, please. I actually do want to see them. Yo, what's good, Ollie? How you doing today? Sorry, I'm trying some new things out over on Twitch, so it might take me a second to get to chat. I hope you're doing well, Ollie. Hope you're still there, but I'm just trying to get this figured out over here. We're doing this, like, joint stream thing on Twitch. Now, are you just doing that command, or are you switching to the other one to pop the wounds a lot? How do you do that? Is that the from the bar? Yo, what's up, Sean? How you doing today? Oh, you switch it. It's notification. Okay, I got you. How you doing, notification? How do you pop it with the bar? Is it like what is the input once the bar is full? Okay. So it's just like popping a wound with... Okay. Do you want me to call you Sean instead of notification? I am more than happy to do so, Sean. Okay, let's give this a shot. Wait a minute. Where... Go. Ah, not notification it is then. Oh yeah, I went with the great sword because that's what I was using when I got him sub 5, but I'll try the longsword one next. Are we gonna try to get a sneak attack on him or no? Oh, okay, okay. Alright, sorry, I'm still trying to figure it all out. See, when I try to do it, I got the full bar, and when I target the wound, and I'm holding down the left trigger and hitting the right bumper. On the attack mode? Oh, okay, so you gotta be mid-combo to do it? Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I got it. So basically, you just use the right bumper in the middle of a combo, more or less. Oh, I didn't. I was like, who's he going after? Hey, there we go. That'll work. Yo, what's good, Wizard? Sorry, I'm trying this joint stream thing right now, so give me a second on responses. If it isn't, I'm down to try again. Like I said, I'm still learning on this thing. Oh. I'm sure I'll do RDR2 at some point. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. Dude, we were right there too. That's ridiculous.
Let's have a look then. I'm not going anywhere.
Game Master, like I said, I'm sure I'll do RDR2 probably sooner rather than later. I don't think it matters, right? Because they have the same skills if you go to R2 and you look at them. But like their weapon affinity is the same, isn't it? Like if I'm going back and forth between the two right now, and it both says 12% affinity on both the weapons. Between the longsword and the heavy bowgun. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. All right. All right, I'm gonna try it. Oh, you got that? Okay. Yep. Yo, what's good, Cells? Okay. We might have still got it. I don't know. That seemed a little quicker, maybe. Your brain just committed sewer dive? Yeah. Yeah. No, we cleared it pretty decently, actually. Now, do you have to get A rank on all the weapons or just on one weapon set? Okay. Oh, I do believe there is something for it. I don't think it's like completely like you don't get any rewards. Probably, but I mean, I don't think we've gotten the one from AT Radau yet anyway, so like God only knows when we're actually going to get it. Maybe we have it by the time G rank comes out, who knows. The uppercut. Yeah. I'm not great at it though, because you have to like do the little bit of that stick jiggling. Yeah. Okay, you guys can't hear Amatsu? That is weird. Okay, so they can't hear you, only I can hear you. I wonder... I'm sure we do, but I don't know how you would add it as a, like, midstream. I wonder... Hold on. Let me actually, I'm gonna try to figure that out right now. Sources, because if I just copy the URL, and paste that in as a source, will that work? Hold on, I'm gonna try. Really? Okay. I wonder if it's because you're having all of your audio go through, where my audio is through, like my game audio is actually monitoring my Elgato. All right, I'm trying to see if I can add the URL and if that will work as a browser source. Hold on. Okay. Then let me see here. Okay, I can add your thing as a browser source. Control audio via Streamlabs desktop. No, that's not right. Monitor only mute output. Monitor and output. But what's the device for it? Okay, I don't see it showing up in my... Hey, can you say something real quick, Amatsu? I want to... Oh, you got muted. Okay.
Calm the mind and focus.
That's me. Thanks for the heads up, Itachi. I just sent whatchamacallit to him. All right, I'm gonna turn my mic off right now just so I can focus on you guys for a while. Yo, what's up, Taco Sam? Appreciate the heart. And sorry, I got this window blocking stuff. I need to like make it even smaller so it's blocking even less. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I added it as a browser source, but it does not show up. No. Wait, you did what now? Oh, okay, okay. So... Video capture, audio... What, an audio output capture? There we go.
Your Mac something audio. What is it? Capture Mac OS audio capture like audio. That's what I'm using. So it should be the same thing. Like it should be a desktop application.
Yeah, I'm looking at it, but it doesn't show. That's
Actually,
the device.
I have OBS on my Windows, or I should. Nope. I don't have OBS anymore.
Okay, wait, they should be able to hear you now, actually. Like, it's not as Chrome specifically.
Hmm.
Okay, well, at least I know that I can see you in my thing, so they should be able to hear you.
Cool.
Okay, so what are we gonna kill?
Anything. I'm up for anything right now.
I got... Wait, why is it? He's okay. We're still on his. All
Where
right,
did Brian go?
I found this one today that says it's an 8-star.
Ooh. Yeah, I haven't encountered anything 8-star apart from like Arc Belt, I don't think.
Yeah, I've been playing all of the new Apexes as 8-star except Uthduna, which is actually not showing up, which makes me think Uthduna is probably the next Arc Tempered.
Yeah, I think on the dev notes they specifically said that all the Apexes except Uthduna is going to show up for now. I remember that on the patch note. Hi, Super Science.
Oh wait, I don't have any.
Sensei.
I don't have any Farcasters. I've not tried. I don't think I've crafted any Farcasters in a while. What do I need? Oh, they're not that bad. Itachi, that's a Matsu that you're hearing. Actually,
Hello.
let me see if I can shout you out, actually. I should be able to. And then my dogs are spazzing in the background. Is it Amatsu Ryu Gaming? Or just Amatsu Ryu?
On the Twitch side, it's Amatsuryu Gaming. It used to be Amatsuryu Gaming on the YouTube side as well, but I shortened it to Amatsuryu, and then I couldn't do it on Twitch side, so that's been kind of an issue for me.
Actually, I'm on the YouTube, so I think it's just Amatsu Ryu on YouTube.
Yes.
Okay. So it's going to do the YouTube shout out, so I might as well give it the YouTube URL. Otherwise, it's going to not work. I want to click on it.
Also,
Hey, congrats
for
on
me,
40
it's
subs,
like
Game Master.
it hurts my brain because all I hear is freaking Einzelgon from Overlord.
Okay, I don't know why the URL is not working.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Super Science Sensei. Thank you for the lurk. I'll try and catch you on your stream as well.
Here, I'm just going to get your... What is your URL?
Come on, do the grab.
Dude, my dogs are back. They're completely sassing each other in the background. Sorry about this.
No worries. I love dogs.
They're good.
If I
girls.
wasn't, yeah, if I wasn't living in an apartment, I would have gotten a dog too.
Come on over.
Are you doing the solo one now?
I'm trying to test something for my viewer.
Okay.
Because I've gotten grabbed and I can use the Hadouken to like get out of the grab. Hello, Itachi. Hello, hello. Welcome to the chat. Good to see you. Good to have you here.
Yeah, I went and found your proper URL.
Thank you. I'm sorry I can't help so much. Like I'm
I gotta go in. I gotta go into Nightbot because whenever I do a shout out, it doesn't put the @ in it. So I gotta go in there and see if I can figure out how to add the @ into the command so that it shouts it out right on Nightbot. Yeah, this is cool. I'm glad we actually tried it. I was like, dude, I know this button's here. I know there's a purpose for it.
Yeah, I always thought it was like, hey, knock knock, I'm raiding you or something. Because I've only seen it when like I'm raiding someone or I've only noticed because I'm dumb. Oh my god. Oh, that's a very unsatisfying finish. And I didn't get grabbed, and it was a 3-minute. Oh my god. Hi, Neos. Welcome to the stream. I am doing a co-stream for the first time with Awesome Gaming.
Co-stream makes it sound like it was planned out and that I just didn't solicit you to co-stream.
Hey, it works. It works. No complaints here.
You're like, hey, here's this thing. Are you gonna do it?
Also, good morning. I was born and raised in Nepal, but I'm currently in the United States, in Texas specifically.
Yeah, co-stream sounds way more organized than how that went down. I posted that other 8-star Radau one if you want to do that.
Sounds good. Ooh, Radau. Yeah. All right. I love Radau.
I mean,
Yeah.
at least to fight him as like not arc tempered, but I want to see if he's actually like remotely close to his arc tempered difficulty.
Also, it's kind of funny that he's an 8-star, but like 4-star difficulty, which is weird.
I think they just bumped up his numbers. Like it's not, I don't think they actually made him 8-star as far as his in-game, whatever the purple stars are. It's just, I think they might have just doubled the difficulty, so 4 stars is 8 stars,
Ah.
Okay, wife must be home because both the dogs are bonkers for a little bit.
All right, let's see.
Yo, what's good, Woodsy? How you doing today?
Yeah, I've found a program that I need
I'm
for
trying my
you
first
need it for
co-stream.
visualization. What were you trying to visualize?
What are you up to, Woodsy?
Oh my god, it took me to the freaking toad. All right, let's kill the toad.
Natural track. There! That's our target.
Oh my god, you're not gonna do anything, are you? Oh, for your streaming. Nice. Yeah, because you were talking about using your persona or something, right? What'd you end up with? Oh, thank you. Thank you for the sub, Itachi. Thank you so much. Ah, I'm going for that as well, Mephisto. It's just money is a bit of an issue right now, so I'm having to like I just haven't paid the artist, so I can't use it. But yeah, I'm going the same route. So it's cool to hear you going doing the same.
Almost there.
Dude, we are absolutely abusing this thing.
No, it's dead. Okay, cool. I was about to say, why is it still alive? Like, this is a very hardy toad.
Woodsy, I plan this is Amatsu Ryu. I got put, actually, if you scroll up a
Wires
little bit,
everywhere.
it should, actually here, I'll post it one more time. This is the dude that I am streaming with. I'm actually thinking about getting Expedition 33 myself here before too long. Welcome back, Itachi.
No way. The president also got. Oh wow. Hey, awesome. Do you happen to play Helldivers, by any chance?
Yeah, hold on one second. I do have Helldivers, actually.
So apparently there's some really cool shit going down. Maybe we should check it out. I'm a pretty good crack shot with a anti-material rifle, if I say so myself. Oh my god. Okay, that's not too much of a damage.
Heels inbound.
Oh crap! Why?
All right,
Why
sorry
didn't I
about
go?
that. Yeah, I have Helldivers. I haven't played it in a minute though.
Me neither, but yes, like apparently history is going down in that game right now. Maybe we should check it out.
I'd have to install it. I have it for PlayStation.
Same. Ah, okay, I have it on Steam.
I think it still.
I don't know.
I think it still has crossplay between the two though.
Oh,
Because
awesome.
I think that was the whole point of putting it on Steam.
I remember like it got hot for a bit because like PlayStation decided to like force players to like use.
It was so stupid too.
Yeah, it was. But then like it was like so much like it detracted from the actual game, so I kind of like checked out a bit for a bit. Like that's when I quit.
It's like too. It's like you guys had you sold your soul for a successful live service, and then you had one, and you decided
The
to piss it all away
only
for
live
something
service.
Useless. Yes.
The only live service that worked, by the way. Everything else been failing, and Marathon looks like it's gonna be another failure.
Marathon and Fair Games. Let's not just act like they have one failure on the horizon.
Oh, yeah. Oof. Honestly, I kind of celebrate it because, like, you know, corporates need to be taught a lesson with their money.
Oh yeah, I don't disagree. Like, I mean, I play
Like,
on
that's the only
PlayStation,
way.
but like, don't get that twisted. As I think Sony's like some sort of thing to be looked up to.
No, yeah, it's just a company that we. Oh, it's asleep. I think that's your sword. Do I have
Well,
bombs?
I
don't
was
have
already in True Charge Slash right as he went to sleep.
bombs. Nice. Thank God we don't have Ari. Ari, the bane of all sleeping monsters.
In fact, I think he fell asleep in between the first and second hit of True Charge Slash.
I don't feel this guy is any different from.
No, he doesn't feel any different whatsoever. Maybe his health pool's a little bigger. That's about all I can think.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be seeing Ari today. He said he had a funeral to attend to. Oh, more health and resistance to wounds. Okay. I mean, that kind of checks out, actually, now that I think about it. Oh, no. You're good. You're good, Mephisto. We were just talking about Helldivers since you mentioned it. Wait a minute, we're not playing.
Yeah, like I said, I just really like. I was looking at this, and I'm like, dude, this would be an interesting thing to try it out. Because Tick was like, "Yo, Matsu's playing. You should play with him." So I'm like, well, I could do that, or we could try this button that I've been looking at.
Oh, so thanks for the shout out, Tick.
Hold on a second.
I mean, yeah, honestly, any modern day company that's gotten their like
All right,
goodwill grandfathered in.
I'll try to.
sorry.
Tick. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say like any modern day like mega corporations like Sony or Nintendo that's got their like goodwill grandfathered in, is just like abusing the system at this point, because like they know that they got this huge fan base, and the discourse now with the internet is like, even when there's like negative PR or something, like it can be manipulated now, because it's just like I feel like some of the communities are just turning into like echo chambers.
Well, dude, I'm really interested to see, because it's so funny how Nintendo's like, we're going to do $80 games, then Microsoft is like, you're going to do $80 games, and you thought everybody was going to do it? Dude, everybody else since then's like, yeah, no, maybe not.
Yeah, Microsoft also increased their console prices.
Yes, imagine increasing the price of something nobody already wants.
But then Microsoft did acquire Activision, so the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, I guess. Game recognizes game or whatever.
It to me, it's funny. It's like, hey, we're being outsold 3-1. Let's shoot for 5-1.
Also, Microsoft is in a very precarious position, because like, yeah, they're kind of losing on the console war, and guess what? Steam's closing in on their OS system as well, which is the only thing where like, they have some kind of like marginal supremacy, and even that is like quickly closing, because like Windows 11 has been such a shit show.
Well, they're talking about putting Steam on their next actual hardware.
Yeah, Steam 3 days ago, I think Steam just released their Steam OS, Steam OS that runs on their Steam Deck. But now you can run it on any handheld, as long as like it's. They prefer it to be AMD, but if you have an AMD handheld system like a Lenovo Legion Go or something, like you can absolutely run Steam OS instead of the Windows.
Emotional damage.
Which is insanity, and also SteamOS is gonna be like a whole thing you can get now in the future. Like
what I'm talking about is Xbox putting Steam on the next Xbox.
Jesus Christ. Okay, that I haven't heard of, and that is bad.
Yes. Like that is.
I mean, good for us.
That is the rumor that's been going around. Like basically, like we're gonna make the next Xbox. Oh, but by the way, also going to be Steam Deck 2.0.
But at this point, like if Steam has supremacy like that, like it becomes a monopoly, then it'll turn into an echo chamber as well, and then we're gonna have problems with Steam too. I guarantee it.
The thing of it is, though, is like I don't know, like. I don't know how much adoption you have of it, because even Steam Deck itself right now is only like several million units. It's not like, and it's not because it's not a standalone device, really. It's more of a companion device than anything else. I don't know too many like Steam Deck users who don't have a PC, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. And I think that's the general purpose of it. Like it's just a purpose-built handheld system where like, hey, if you love your games and you want to play it on the go, here's a system that we made, and it's purely experimental.
Right, which is they didn't. Xbox, it's like, okay, their big play is to make their next Xbox also be a Steam Deck when there's only a few more Steam Decks. Like, how is that supposed to be a big draw?
Oh, because I think after the release of Steam Deck, like the floodgates open now, like because then like after the Steam Deck happened, we got like Lenovo Legion, we got ROG Ally, we got like all these different handhelds. I mean, none
of those companies own a platform though. That's the difference.
Yep. I think Microsoft is just late on trying to cash in on that trend, is what I'm trying to say.
But what I'm saying is, like, that's a trend for hardware producers, not platform owners. Like, you don't let a superior storefront onto a device that you paid to develop, and you also have your own storefront.
I think at this point, like Microsoft is just like, hey man, like we can't do hardware anymore.
Yo,
like,
what's good, Melon?
like we can do games, we can't do hardware because like they've made a lot of acquisitions, and they've like apart from Minecraft.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. That's fine. Then just don't do hardware. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, don't like the solution is somehow doing hardware to sell Game Pass subscriptions on a Steam Deck, more or less. Because let's be honest, the only reason that they're trying to like have a platform is so that they have somewhere to sell Game Pass.
Game Pass, yeah, which is
insane because Game Pass is cannibalizing the shit out of their own titles right now. Like, did you see Doom: The Dark Ages sold like 800,000 units?
I did. There was a whole hoopla about it. I was actually listening to a news report about that this morning, and then like how that's probably they were kind of like shifting the blame on id themselves for making something a little lackluster because they were comparing it to like Expedition 33, which even though Expedition 33 also is on Game Pass right now, you can still like it's still sold like what 33 million units or something like that.
Well, the thing of it is, though, is Microsoft's the one funding it. So, like, Microsoft's the getting of the money to, like, that they're going to budget to make the game off of. So, like, yeah, I don't think id, a company that's always pushed boundaries as best they can, is suddenly like, you know what, guys, we're going to phone this one in, you know? Like, no, it's clear that, like, you're down budgeting these games because of Game Pass. You're not marketing them properly. Like, you're not throwing the money at these projects that they deserve because you've gotten burned on so many projects. And now it's like, okay, the ones that you should be throwing money at, you're not even throwing money at those anymore. Like, in 10 years, COD is going to be literally, like, the only way you're going to know about the next COD is because there's going to be mobile ads.
Yeah, that and WoW subscriptions. I think right now, like I think Microsoft is definitely headed in a very weird direction.
Hey,
or
Melon, I'm trying to
in
code
my
stream
opinion,
out. This
because,
is
like,
probably just
they're
a
very
two-day
wishy-washy.
thing,
Like, hey, you know, we're gonna focus on like AAA first-party games, and then that didn't happen. Not really. They were like, hey, we're gonna move into like hardware, like we're gonna do like more hardware and stuff like that. We're gonna make into like handhelds and stuff like that. And now I'm hearing they're gonna use Steam OS on those. Doesn't make sense, like you said.
Dude, the one that gets me is like the only reason to make hardware is so that you have somewhere for your storefront. They are literally letting a superior storefront exist on hardware they're developing. At least that's the rumor, and it's not like a quiet rumor.
Which is basically them throwing the towel, is what I'm getting out of this whole news. Yeah, Microsoft making a new state of matter. Yeah, I mean Microsoft making a new state like for the quantum computing. That has nothing to do with like the Xbox conversation though, because like to be honest, like Microsoft has too many things in the oven. Like they if you think about it, I think their most money generating IP is basically the Office suite. Like that just makes them billions of dollars every year.
Yeah, this is not a Microsoft discussion so as much as an Xbox discussion, because it's just different
like things. Xbox as a what do you call it, like an intellectual property is just tanking, and it's all Microsoft's doing. Like they have all the controls, and they're just freaking driving their boats. They're driving their ships into a fucking iceberg every chance they get. I don't understand.
Dude, imagine spending $80 billion on publishers, trying to make all the content from those publishers exclusive to your platform, realizing that isn't going to work within the course of like a year, and then going full third party while still owning a platform.
I mean, the recent discussions about like Bungie is actually a very telling thing about Microsoft as well, because at least from what I hear, I think I read an article or something. There was a very detailed article about like why Bungie is in the state that it is today. And the thing that like struck out to me was that how when like Bungie was acquired by Microsoft, right? Bungie Studio, the internal heads had a split into two, where one team was more into artistic, like pure gameplay, let's make the gunplay better, let's make better games and stuff like that. And then there was a separate faction where they're like, which was more aligned with Microsoft, where they were like, yeah, it's all about profits. That's how like the microtransactions on Destiny 1, for example, and stuff like that. So, and that's very telling, because like that's what is internally I suspect, I don't know, I don't have any proofs, I don't work at Microsoft, I don't know anything about Microsoft, but like I suspect that that's the culture inside Microsoft, where it's like more profit driven, where it's more money aligned than like, hey, let's make a product that actually works. And you can see that with like other things in that they have in their retinue as well, like for example, like Windows 11. Windows 11 has been the most aggressively like trash product I've seen in my lifetime. I'm like 32 years old now, and Windows 11, like I personally use something called Atlas OS. I don't know if Atlas OS. So like it's a thing where it's an OS. I mean, you shouldn't trust it 100%, to be honest, because it's made by a third party. But it's basically an OS that has all the bells and whistles of Windows 11 removed. So like all the the AI stuff, all the the bloat is removed. So it's just Atlas OS. It's more focused towards gaming. But again, don't trust it 100%. I just use it on this PC because like this PC is just for gaming. I don't use any of my personal stuff on it apart from like Steam. So your mileage may vary.
Yeah, no. It's just, like I said, to me, it's just wild. Like, I have a video on my channel from 4 years ago when they bought Bethesda, saying, like, you don't spend $7 billion on a company to then, like, remove their product from the most lucrative market. But that is literally what they attempted to do.
And they're just chasing after easy money. Like they saw the recent rise of like our Destinies and our like Fall Guys and our, what's the other one, the popular one with the building and everything, Fortnite. And then they tried to make every game, every new product that they come out with to be the next Fortnite, to be the next Destiny. And that's not how it goes. It's just like us trying to like get big on streaming. It's not like not, if everybody could be on like Asmongold level or something, then everybody would be doing it. There wouldn't be an Asmongold. Right. Like you gotta just produce something that's consistent, that's on brand with your thing, so that it keeps it keeps your audiences happy, and like it keeps the money flowing, but not in a very predatory matter where like you're trying to like catch a lightning on in a bottle every time. That's just wrong.
Well, I get the desire to do that, but the problem is when you stop doing the other stuff and only decide to do that. Like, I think you look at what Sony did. I don't think if we had gotten all of these good single player games on, a somewhat consistent cadence, that we would be I mean, like, we would still be clowning on them for all these live service failures, but we wouldn't be blaming them for not getting experiences, which is where we're kind of at right now. Like, a lot of the reason that people ripped on Concord so hard, and rightfully so, was because they realized that there were things they weren't getting to get Concord.
Yep. Yeah, all the cancellations. Also, thank you for the resub, Grid. Thank you so much, man. I'm really grateful. And also, yeah, Sony, I think, is in a downward trajectory. It may not seem like it right now because, like, Microsoft admitted to like losing the console wars this generation, or like from the previous generations onward and stuff like that. And there's a lot of hoopla about that. But if you think about it, PS5 came out like 4 years ago now. how long has it been since PS5 came out?
And I got mine right before COVID because I got one of the launch ones. So
right. So, but like after all this time, there's only a handful of PS5 exclusive games since launch, which is very telling. It's very. Oh, thank you, Grid. It came out in November 12, 2020. And what I mean by that is like, if you look at PS4, we had so many good bangers, right? That were like PS4 exclusives, like God of War, for example. We had the Robot Dino games. We had the Uncharted series. We had so many. And now with PS5 launch, we had a remake of Demon Souls. We had a remake of the dinosaur game. We had a remake of The Last of Us twice. What the hell is going on?
we did get sequels to God of War and Spider-Man, but those were both not as good as their predecessors.
Also, hello, Royal Melon. You can absolutely get a shout out. How's it going? Also, hi, Papa. My dad's watching now.
Nice. Hey, Amatsu's dad. Dude, he's probably
Also,
he probably came in just expecting to hear you, and he's like, "Who is this clown?"
Nah.
But yeah, to me though, it's absolutely wild. I'm interested to see what happens when the Switch 2 launches here. What is it, next week or the week after?
Oh my god, I am not buying Switch 2. I'm sorry. I am not buying it just out of like pure spite this time around because I don't like anything about it. All right.
I'm not buying it, but not out of spite. It's just the fact of like, dude, Mario Kart is the game I buy with the game that I care about, not the game that I care about.
Yeah, and also, okay, so I've been saying this for like 5 years running, I think. Like, it's been a while. So, like, there has been a very significant shift ever since Satoru Iwata, the previous CEO of Nintendo, passed away.
I had to trim
and then
my beard down
Shigeru
'cause I had to
Miyamoto,
go
the
to,
creator of Mario, took
AJ's
over.
graduation.
Ever since Shigeru Miyamoto took over, like Miyamoto-san took over, he has fucking led this like he's tyrannical. And what I mean by that is like ever since he became president, Nintendo's been more online focused, right? But then they're shitting the bed with online every step of the way. They're more legally like all the legal actions and everything. That's under Miyamoto. Like Satoru Iwata's time, like there was a little bit of that, but not to a point where it's like, they're going after like YouTube videos, for example.
Yeah, but like we have to remember, okay, like.
Litigious, yes, thank you.
You do have to some degree be like, okay, Wii U happened under Iwata, GameCube happened under Iwata. Like let's not like sit here and say that they don't have a pattern of nobody likes us, do good thing, everybody likes us, do garbage thing. Like it's literally their entire existence.
There's a great quote from Satoru Iwata where he says like 1 second, I'm gonna find it. I love that man. Quote.
I'm not saying anything bad about Iwata. I'm just saying like they've had this
because Nintendo has
like long before Iwata passed, like
okay, there's one where he says like, we do not run from risk, we run to it. We are taking the risk to move beyond the boundaries of the game industry to reach new players and current players. There's one of that. And then this guy's vision was beyond, because like he was talking about like how hardware and like graphical fidelity is not the Nintendo way, at least under his regime. Because like he was just trying to convey that like, hey, some of our hardwares, and he did address the failure of Wii U. For example, Wii U, when Wii U failed, he took a personal cut from his salary so that he could pay everybody under Nintendo, so that Nintendo could continue doing whatever Nintendo was doing, right? He's dead, by the way, Grid. He passed away a long time ago. But like, it's very inspiring to have real leaders like Iwata or like, even, hold on. because like it pushes us as at least me as a human being, seeing greatness in like that's why like I like historical figures like Caesar so much. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is like ever since again, not that I hate the man or anything, but ever since Miyamoto took over, it's been more financially driven and everything. And then like Switch 2, that's a whole different thing where like for the first time in Nintendo's history, they've more focused towards hardware rather than gaming.
The thing is, and I won't completely bash them on Switch 2 because to a certain extent, once you merged your handheld and your console, like there was no putting that toothpaste back in the tube. Like that was that was you going forward. There was no undoing that. But
yeah, people are gonna want more of that.
But like you could have changed the form factor of the machine. You could have literally not given it the exact same UI. Like there's things you could have done to at least be like, we want this to feel new. Like, if you look at the Switch 2, I'm like, okay, it's a black Switch. Like, that's literally, it doesn't look any different. It even has the same UI. It's not even a good UI. I could understand if the UI was flawless and you're like,
it's not,
man, we got to keep this shit around. But like, no, it is very bare bones weak. And And then they put a chat button. They put a button.
Don't mention the chat button because that button won't work unless you're paying for the subscription.
And the thing is, though, that would be fine if it was in a part of the controller where you weren't going to hit it on accident all the time. But you know very well you're going to be in the middle of the game, getting into it. Your thumb will graze that button, and suddenly you're getting a pop-up, and like your game's just going to hell.
Yeah, and again, I fully supported like this console being a higher price. Fine, it's a newer console. It's a more graphic, like it's more powerful. It's bigger. Yeah, it's got all the bells and whistles. And yeah, the economy is not the same way as when the original Switch came out. Okay, we get it. It's fine. But then why are you doing all the extra stuff? Why the fucking chat button that's a dedicated chat button that doesn't work if you're not subbed? Most of it, like a lot of people I know who are like Nintendo gamers are not, always like subscribed to Nintendo.
And like you could make that chat functionality available through a Lily Hush. You can make that chat functionality available through a menu. It doesn't have to be a button on the controller.
And also they're gonna monitor that. So they have full control over. Oh yeah, they have full right to brick your device, the one that you paid $500 something for with $90 games. They can, if you somehow freaking like go against their terms of service or terms of use or whatever TOS, they can remotely brick your thing, and it just becomes a very expensive plastic paperweight. What the fuck?
What's good, TDZ? We're doing something a little bit different today.
Okay, all right. I'm getting heated. I'm sorry.
No, it's also it is funny though. Like. And here's the thing. This is what Lily. Seriously, for the love of God, could you chill out? Sorry about that. Anyways, if I guarantee you, the first wave will sell out because the first wave of everything sells out. The first wave of the PS5 Pros sold out, and now we're getting to the point where they're realizing, oh crap, that was all the demand there is for this thing. And that's where the Switch is going to be. Maybe not quite to that severe of a degree, but the initial wave will sell out. Scalpers will control.
I'm about to say, scalpers.
Scalpers will control the supply for as long as they can control it for until, well, not as long as they can control it for, as long as it's lucrative to control it. Because if they
also, there's also a very weird market where like streamers like there's now a different market where like streamers like Khazan or iShowSpeed will buy like hundreds of those devices to like
emotional damage.
It'll still count towards sales.
Oh yeah. I agree. Sales right off the bat will look great, and you will see everybody on social media being like, dude, y'all were complaining about price, and look, it's a smashing success. The thing is, that's going to last for all of 6 months. When that thing is on store shelves by Christmas everywhere, just understand that means nobody wants the thing.
Well, that also depends if they come out with good games. Right now, they only showcase the new Mario Kart. They haven't shown any of the new new Zelda games or new Mario games or anything else. So if they put out some bangers, I think at the long run, Nintendo will win out that battle, because again, Nintendo has always been more about the games rather than the consoles and stuff like that. So no matter how heinous their tactics, I think at the end of the day, parents will lose out to their kids' demands, because that's what it is. That's their biggest market, in my opinion.
Well, the thing of it is, and that's the other thing about the Switch, okay? I got kids. My one's 7, my other's 3. Okay, clearly my 3-year-old is not gonna have his own Switch yet. My 7-year-old got one last Christmas. Okay, there's 2 Switches within arm's reach of me right now. If my other kid was old enough, there might even be a 3rd one in this house. At $450, there will only, at best, only ever be one in this house.
One, okay, yeah. So yeah, affordability is gonna be a big thing.
Yeah, because I mean, think about this. Like, look at the Switch's numbers and realize like how many people bought 3 of those things, how many people bought 4 of those things, and there's no way that happens at $450. Like, no. maybe like uber wealthy people might get a second one, but that's it.
Again, not to mention the price of $90 plus tax. So it's not just about the console anymore. It's about like console and video games.
Well, the thing of that is too, like, if you've noticed, they're only doing this with one game, and I think like, to a certain degree, this is a canary in the coal mine. There's a reason that EA is like, we're not doing this. So there's a reason why PlayStation's like, we're not doing that. All of these people realize, okay, somebody's out there. They're being the test dummy. They're being the crash test dummy. Let's see how that works before we decide.
And again, it's so heinous that Nintendo is the forerunner for this, because like Nintendo is absolutely gonna win out on this one, because again, they've got a lot of goodwill. Like like every parent's like, oh, every game is a Pokemon, every console is a Nintendo.
But the thing of it is right now is Mario Kart is their only system seller.
Yep. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
you're
it depends.
Up the price of your only system seller.
That's what I'm saying.
That
like,
game exists to make people buy hardware, not that game exists.
Not the other way around. Yes. Also, real quick, Royal Melon, I have not tried Ghost Runner yet. Sorry, I keep trying to like reply to you, but my bad. If you're still around.
But that's the thing I don't get. Like, and then Microsoft just chimes in, yeah, we're going to be doing $80 games. Dude, you can't sell your games at $70. What the hell do you mean you're doing $80? Like, like, the companies that are doing this are either the greediest companies or the companies that are just like not good at business. And like, I know everybody be like, oh yeah, Xbox is so good at business. Look at how much money they make. They literally spent the market cap of like Nintendo and then some. Like, if they don't make any profit at this point, then they need to just straight get out of the business altogether. But like, the idea is it gets me is just like, you need to sell hardware and you're jacking up the price of the game that is the only one that has a chance at doing that.
Yeah,
that's wild to me. Like, because what happens if $80 stunts the growth of Switch 2 as a platform?
I think the gaming market right now is definitely turning into a bubble, like more and more each day. And I think at some point we're gonna see a huge gaming crash where like entire industries, entire like freaking big names are gonna go. Like I think Bungie is one of the first pieces on the chessboard, like on the brink of extinction right now. And then like it's just gonna like continue on, in my opinion.
As much as I believe they should be on the brink of extinction, I will believe it when I see it, because while Sony did cut and run with Concord Studio, that was maybe a couple $100 million for that studio. They spent basically $3.7 billion on Bungie. Like, that is not that is a much harder pill to swallow red ink wise. So like,
Yeah.
even if Marathon crashes and burns, the idea that they shut down Bungie outright, or like, I just can't see it, because I don't know how you justify a loss of that level. Like, that's not a tax write-off. That's like a, oh shit, what are we gonna do? You know?
Yeah.
Like that is a level of investment where you're like, oh, our market cap just went down because that company's actually not worth anything.
It's basically a modern day, like we're witnessing a modern day like heist. Like, you know, back in the day we used to have like train robberies and stuff like that. Now we're seeing this.
Yeah, but the thing of it is like, it's only a robbery if like you don't sign the check. Like, if you sign...
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, when you sign the check, I can't feel bad for you. It's not like you were held up at gunpoint. I mean, that was
yes,
that was the number that they agreed upon. Based on what evaluation? In what world was Bungie ever worth 3.6 billion?
I mean, to be fair, Bungie was printing money, or is still printing money with their Eververse something, the microtransactions.
With what?
And then their microtransactions.
What,
like they have
in Destiny?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but like,
Trust me,
how
it
much money are
makes
they printing
bang.
in 2025? Like, I'm not saying there isn't a lot of people who like Destiny, but like, it's certainly fallen off hard at this point. Like, as far as the overall amount of people.
Okay, I think this is one of your viewers. Awesome. Pilot says, thank him for his services and say that his shirt gave it away.
Dude, Pilot ripped on me one time for wearing the shirt that I'm wearing right now. And
Oh, okay.
because it was something where somebody questioned if I was former military, and I said no, I'm not. I've never claimed to be former military. And Pilot said, well, only somebody who's seen the horrors of war would wear that shirt.
Well, now Pilot's life belongs to me, so
Yes.
I wonder what I should do with him.
But yeah, to me, it's like, we're talking about Nintendo right now, and perhaps there'll even still be demand through the holiday season. But like a year from now, when Switch 2s are everywhere and nobody's buying them, because that's firmly what I believe is going to happen based off of like the demand I'm seeing, unless they have some big announcements like super quick, you know, within like the next month or two, unless they have some massive announcements, I'm looking at like, what is going to sell this thing?
Oh, thank you for the sub, Pilot. And yeah, I mean, yeah, it definitely depends on like what the new first party games are going to be like.
They have to have a 3D Mario at this point, because Zelda came out too recent. There's no way they have another full like serious Zelda available.
Royal Melon wants me to call you a good boy.
Dude, he was in my chat telling me to call you a good boy, and I wasn't sure if he was talking about you or my dogs, and I'm like, both my dogs are female. What are you even talking about? So yeah, I'm sitting there like, dude, wait, I'm not calling him a good boy. I'm not doing that.
I fell for it then. I'm
Yeah.
the idiot here.
Well, I wanted to ask him too if he was just talking about my dogs, because I'm like, they're both females. I'm not gonna call them good boys.
Alright, hold on. I need to get rid of some stuff on my inventory.
But I will say this: if demand drops for Switch 2, watch Nintendo become very consumer friendly, quick, fast, and in a hurry, because they have two modes. They have we're doing fine, piss on the consumer mode, and we're not doing fine, oh crap, how can we make them happy again mode. And it will switch very quickly when Switch 2 demand drops hard.
I want to believe that, but also the cynic in me also believes like they're always going to try and push the envelope even further and further.
I'm not saying it's for altruistic means. I'm saying the oh crap mode is like, okay, how we need their money and we can't get their money. How can we make them believe we're good again?
Yeah.
You know,
the PR.
Yeah, like I'm not sitting here saying it's going to come from a good place, but I guarantee you will see a shift in their behavior the second that
I mean, we're seeing a little bit of that from Sony right now. Sony's got like their subscriptions on sale, like 30% off and stuff like that, which hasn't happened since PS5 launched, by the way. And now all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, we're all about like, you know, we're all about our consumer and stuff like that. I wonder why that's happening.
But the thing of it is, here's the thing that does it. Yes, they've had abysmal failures. Yeah, I can speak. They've had abysmal failures. There's no debating that. Like, right? I'm not gonna sit here and claim that like, oh, like they haven't crapped the bed. Like those sheets are ruined. But but they also did just post like a 30 billion profit quarter, like the biggest quarter by an entertainment industry product, however you want to say it, the biggest entertainment quarter in history. So like, even though they are like doing terrible, like they're also not by
they're still making money. Yeah 100% agree.
And again, this is why it's so much better to own a platform than it is to be a publisher, which is why I don't understand Xbox, because even when Sony literally pisses down their leg, they still print money because they own a platform.
A very, for lack of a better word, a very lucrative, like very good platform, because like they're you know, they, for whatever, you know, the like all the bad stuff I can say about Sony, like they do have excellent like ecosystem with their hardware, apart from PSVR.
But
that thing shit the bed.
That's the thing that gets me, is the Xbox is like, hey, let's buy all these, let's become a third-party publisher. We're going to put our platform in the rear view. Okay, whatever. All things accepted, fine. I think better having 70% of just the games you paid to make, or 30% of all games.
Also, I think the a little bit of the comparison is a bit skewed, because like there's also the factor that Xbox can literally paint or like print money, and they've got a lot more capital to like waste money on than Sony, in my opinion. But then Sony is not that far behind too, because like it's one of the leading companies in terms of like visuals and sound designs and like, you know, sound systems.
Yeah, but like, I mean, Xbox, yes, they can print money, but they also spent $80 billion. They spent more than Nintendo is worth.
Yeah,
like I mean, at that point, it's like you have to show returns. And their first thing was like, well, you know what? The platform's not that big of a deal. The platform is the one thing that can get you out of this.
Insanity, dude. Like I don't understand. I don't understand.
And I'm not, listen, I'm not, here's where I was at when they bought Bethesda, when they bought ABK. And I have a 4-year-old video, and I left it up even though it's proven to not be, like, even though my Nostradamus opinions approved not to be correct. I still think they were sound, and in the end they are correct, because we're seeing everything go third party now. That what they should have done when they got ABK and when they got Blizzard, they should have never tried to make them exclusive. They should have just said, listen, these are whole ass publishers. We are leaving them everywhere. We will add their content to Game Pass, but we're still going to sell it everywhere. But all of the stuff that was exclusive beforehand, like Gears, Halo, all of that is going to stay exclusive. You've immediately set expectations for the consumer, so everybody you're trying to sell a platform to isn't wondering about what they actually need the platform for versus what they can already get on hardware that they already might own. Yeah, I mean, they did the worst possible thing. Not only did they try to make everything exclusive, then fail, then turn around and decide to go third party and never explain to anybody what was going to be third party and when it was going to be third party.
Yeah, because they're wishy-washy about that, though.
It was like
yeah, I know.
It was just,
and you're absolutely right. Yep, you're absolutely right about that, actually.
Like it was clear that their plan was, we're going to do this, everybody's going to buy Xboxes, and we're going to grow Game Pass. Okay, but like, do you really think people are going to buy Xboxes just because you bought a few publishers? Like, if they would have had, let's put it this way, if they would have bought those publishers, and let's say those publishers had like 5 amazing games to like rip out within the first year of buying them both, then maybe, but they knew what games were coming out, right? Like they released Redfall thinking that it was going to review like an 80.
I forgot about Redfall. Oh
Dude,
my god.
I played that game beginning to end. I can talk smack about that game.
Emotional
Even
damage.
existed. Holy shit, yeah. Also, chat's calling you the reincarnation of George Washington because apparently you were born on July the 4th.
I am born on July the 4th. And it turns out, just as a matter of chance, that I also possess wooden teeth.
Wait, really?
No, but like honestly, you can't just say I was born on July 4th and leave it there. So you had to add something else.
Also, Fatty, you look awesome right now, dude.
Oh, let me come check it out. Let me come check it out.
Look at his drip. Oh my goodness. Look at that.
Oh, that's pretty fire.
That is freaking. Whoa, the gloves, man.
I might need to change my pants. I'm just saying. But yeah, dude, to me, talking about the games industry is wild because it's just like,
dude, if they really want to like redirect Xbox, like I think they should focus more on Xbox, right? They need to stand their ground and be like, hey, Xbox is our crown jewel. Xbox is our platform. Yeah, we're gonna like try and build up on the storefront. That competes with like hopefully competes with Steam, like
hey,
Epic tried to do and stuff like that.
Hey, Hippie, how's it going? Yeah, but the thing is, it's too late for that now, right? Because everybody's out there like thinking, okay, eventually everything will be third party. Like,
I think the problem was that they admitted defeat, but I think they can still turn it around if they focus, because like they can be like, hey, we absolutely shit the bed, but in the next 4 years, here's the roadmap. What we're gonna do is we're gonna revitalize Gears of War. We're gonna hand off Halo to an actually fucking competent developers, because like 343 has shit the bed over and over and over again.
but the problem with all of that is like you have to set expectations about what the platform will offer that won't be offered elsewhere. Like you have to literally draw a line in the sand, which they've literally
make Xbox, instead of making it more expensive, right, like they did right now, make it the more affordable, because like, yeah, Nintendo's going the expensive route. PS5 has been expensive for a while now. Like let's have Xbox be like, Xbox Series as a console was actually pretty good, because it could run some like homebrew stuff. They were absolutely fine with that. They even supported that, which was really good in my opinion at one point. And let it be the more affordable choice, where like they've got these exclusive, do a reverse Nintendo basically. They've got these really exclusive, really good games like Gears of War, like Halo, not the current Halo shit tier that an idealized version where it's like Halo 1 and 2, but like in modern generation, right? And it's more affordable, and it's so that it becomes like, fuck with the multi-console thing that they tried to do, where like, oh, it's a TV, it's a game console, it's a computer. No, it's a game console. Just stick to that.
Well, I agree, and I mean, like if you look at the series, that is definitely what they've done. But like at the end of the day, like they've already kind of casted themselves as the more affordable route. Like they're like, hey, you can get Game Pass, and you pay your $20 a month and you'll get all these games. And our console, like the consoles were competitive and stuff, but like they just bailed on that, because at this point they're all in on putting their software everywhere.
Yeah,
so,
they've admitted defeat, which is the worst thing they could have done.
Yeah, but the thing of it is like what's weird is I don't know if you've ever gone online, and I don't get into like full on console war stuff because I don't really care that much, right? Like I have a PlayStation, but it's not like I won't like heavily criticize Sony for screwing up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like I'm you know, on a team, I think both teams are terrible. But yo, thank you for the raid over on Rumble too, by the way, Plumber. Yeah, it's to me it's just wait, hold on. What are you doing, Lily? It is just absolutely wild to me because it's like nobody wanted your hardware and you're gonna raise the price of it. Like
That was a very stupid decision, to be honest.
it's like it feels as if they're actively trying to end their own platform. And I'm like, I get not prioritizing the platform, right? Like the platform's not doing good. We need to find another route. I get all that. I don't where I have a problem is like, okay, you appear to be actively sabotaging your own platform. Like that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Like you could, if you sat down and gave people a clear idea of, okay, these things are exclusive, these things will be on Game Pass, but they'll also be other places. If you just gave people some basic expectations, suddenly you can put your games everywhere and you still have a platform that people can have some sort of faith in.
Also, I've been curious about this. Like Game Pass as a consumer is absolutely the best thing that's happened on like Microsoft platform, like, you know, whether it be PC or console. But do you think they're actually making money off of that?
I don't know. Here, let's put it this way. All of these games would not be making their way to PlayStation if Game Pass was destroying it. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, like I asked because like what's the sustainability of this? Like is Game Pass still going to be a thing 5 years from now, for example?
Here's the thing about Game Pass, and I've looked into how they report their math on it. And they've said that Game Pass is profitable, but like they do not factor in the overhead of all of the first party studios that they have. Like they just factor in the third party deals.
Wow.
Right.
Okay.
And like, how do you factor in? What's up, Kai Campbell? How you doing today?
Also, hi, Cole.
They don't. They don't factor in. So like, they don't include their first party development costs in the overhead of the service. So, and mind you, the service is the thing that's going to cannibalize the vast majority of those sales that they should be getting from those. So, could it be profitable? Yes, but like, if you're already giving me fuzzy math, how much faith can I have in that?
That's true.
You know, it's I don't know, man. Like let's put it this way: they're still doing it. Like I think they're stuck in it. And that's the thing with all of these streaming services. Like in any entertainment streaming service that's out there, a lot of them have like never been profitable. There's some that have just recently over like the last few years been profitable. And
oh my god.
So like, but the problem is they're all stuck in them, right? Like none of them, nobody wants to be the first person to close down their streaming service.
Oh yeah, I mean Microsoft. Oh my god, you reminded me. And yeah, every big publisher or big corporate or whatever, they're like latched onto something these days. Like Sony, for example, they're really married to the idea of like, hey, we're gonna make like video game content for other medium as well, like movies and TV shows and stuff like that. And Microsoft with the weird online services thing, you know, they tried to rival Twitch, failed, and they're still like, you know, they're always looking for a different angle.
Kai, we're just kind of discussing gaming in general, by the way.
Like, I don't know why. Like, why do they hate their own
talking
like
about
internal
Nintendo and kind of
properties?
Xbox right now?
They keep acquiring more, but then they're not doing anything with the one that they already have. They're just like trying to go the Disney route, I guess. Okay, that does make sense in a corporate point of view, because then they can like prioritize on like royalties and like copyrights and stuff like that. But does that even make sense?
The problem is that when it comes to gaming versus like even as bad as like Disney overhead failures have been lately, like it still pales in comparison to when you're talking about the development cost of just your average regular ass video game, you know? So you can, even failing on the streaming service is expensive. Failing on the game development front is orders of magnitude more problematic. And so it's like Xbox is really the only one trying, like, even when PlayStation said we're doing a streaming service, they're like, we're not putting our titles on there remotely close to launch. We're not, you know, like they made sure that it wasn't going to sabotage the business model that they already had. Because they realized, like, if I pay all this money to develop a game and then just throw it on a streaming service, people are just going to pay whatever the streaming service cost is to play it instead of, you know, actually buying the game, which is really what just happened to Doom, more or less.
Yeah, and I think also there's some new players slowly creeping up on the field. Like Netflix has been like trying their darnest to like get into being the Redbox equivalent of, or the Netflix equivalent of gaming, where you can just rent out a game based on your subscriptions and stuff like that.
The thing is, I don't know that there's a market for that. Amazon's had Luna for years now, and I'm pretty sure nobody gives a damn.
Yeah, that's true. Also, real quick, what's your favorite monster and what's the hardest monster in your opinion in this game, and one from the entire franchise? My favorite monster of all time is probably Abyssal Logaicrus.
Ooh, nice
And
one.
that's, yeah, I love it because I have a deep fear of water. And I can't get the image out of my head, the feeling that I got when I first encountered an Abyssal Logaicrus on Monster Hunter 3U, where like I had to go like deep dive into the ocean to like fight this basically like a thunder crocodile, right? And the visceral emotions I got, it's gonna forever be immortalized in my brain.
So what do you think we're going to get for the expansion of this? What do you think the storyline's going to be around?
I think probably not still, and then I think we're gonna see a lot of the old civilization stuff be further expanded. I think, or like, because like this is a whole new region, right? That was thought to be uninhabited, but it is. Like there are different tribes, and they've been living here for basically 1,000 years without any contact with the New World or the Old World or whatever you want to call it. So I think we're gonna see a bit more further interactions with the rest of the tribes or something. Maybe there's a remnant, like an actual remnant, apart from the Suja village, where they're you know more empirical.
I wonder if they're not gonna like dig deeper into the Dragon Torch, because we don't have. I think the idea to not include elders is a bit deliberate, and I think it's because we've seen Guardians for, you know, monster level threats, but we know elders existed, and it's like, what did y'all do for the elder level threats? Because it wasn't like you could use Zoshia for all of those. So I feel like we're, you know, that we still have. It's gonna have to be like, I feel like we're gonna get Guardian Elder Dragons, basically.
So Zoshia, I don't know if you know about this, Awesome, but Zoshia is a concept that was initially
what was it? The
Equal Dragon Weapon?
Yeah, the Equal Dragon Weapon. Yeah, I'm familiar with it. Yeah.
Yeah, Equal Dragon Weapon was a thing that the devs talked about when they were initially trying to like make work on like a Monster Hunter lore, and this is like Monster Hunter 1 and Monster Hunter 2 era. They were thinking about, you know, expanding the world with like what kind of civilization it would have and what kind of people and what all that and different things. I have a book that specifically talks about that topic. And Equal Dragon Weapon was supposed to be the answer to this very particularly intelligent and powerful Fatalis that threatened the old civilization that is mentioned here, like in this game. in Wilds, and it was there was this one Fatalis that was intelligent. It stole the princess of the kingdom or the civilization, and also drove other elder dragons to attack the kingdom. So there was a big extinction level of disaster for the civilization. And to counter that, the civilization's scientific mind created something called the Equal Dragon Weapon, which was like basically a crime against nature,
Looks like it's moving to a new area.
because they were, this civilization was known to like enslave other elder dragons for their own use. So think Valkana, for example, but they're using that thing to power a fridge or something.
Right. But like, again, I agree with all of that, but like, Zoshia isn't a one-to-one copy of that lore, so
No.
like they're obviously going to take it in a different direction to a certain
Yeah.
extent.
I think there's gonna be a Fatalis level threat, like an actual Fatalis level threat. I think the devs are kind of working towards a more story-filled introduction to a Fatalis, other than the one that we fought in World or Iceborne,
Right.
where this is gonna be a proper Fatalis, like lore-accurate Fatalis encounter. Maybe I'm hoping for that at least. Also, sorry I'm playing so badly, Fatty. We can go again. Yeah, we kind of dropped the ball there. Tell Grandpa to run for president. I came for Andy's stream. I'm gonna be honest, Amatsu, and Andy has never talked about a single subject like this on stream ever. I mean,
Well, you need somebody to bounce off of with that. Like, you can't just,
exactly.
like, yeah. It's not a one-man conversation. That's the thing about it. Like, it's almost like a podcast type deal where you have somebody to bounce off of.
I was just about to say the same thing. Like, it's because like we have each other to like go off of, and
Right, and you can't even do that with everybody, because like there's other people that I've talked to that are content creators that I might not necessarily like jive with. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, dude, I've encountered where some people don't even want to mention that you stream as well on their chat. Like, hey, I'm the one streaming. You can't talk about your stream, bro. I'm not talking about my stream.
Hold on, my dog is losing her mind. I think the neighbor's dog is
No
in our
worries.
backyard. But like, I just kind of wonder, because like we're gonna have to have a reason for the expansion lore-wise. And I would think because we haven't got elders, there's no way we go through G rank with no elders. Maggie, seriously, there's no way that we make it through G rank without elders. So like, they have to come to a way of reintroducing the elders. And to me, it's like, well, they wouldn't have used Zoshia to fight every single elder dragon.
Yeah, I think I honestly, like, part of me likes to think that we're gonna see a new form of Fatalis, because historically speaking, we've seen Black Fatalis, Crimson Fatalis, and White Fatalis, right? But we haven't seen the White Fatalis make a comeback in a while now. I think the last one was Monster Hunter 4U. I might be wrong, by the way. But I think we're gonna see a different version or a return to form of Fatalis, but like lore accurate. And the reason I keep harping on Fatalis, by the way, is because like there's precedence for this, because like we have the songstress right now. We have the diva, which is historically speaking supposed to be either a reincarnation or like what was the thing that happened in Rise where like Hino and Minoru can like resonate with
the monkey
Elder
got a
Dragon,
dad belly? Is that what you were talking
of
about?
that game? I think it is called Resonate or something like that. And Diva is supposed to have similar abilities, historically speaking. So I think we're leaning more towards that. At least that's where my money is at the moment.
I think you're probably right, on the right track with it, but like I just think there's a large swath of. I don't think everything will always go back to Fatalis necessarily. They might, right? But like, I feel like because we just can't, like the last serious, not serious game. Rise is a serious game, but the last game that had like the non-arcadey vibe gave us Fatalis, right? So
Right.
are they gonna do that again? Even if it is like a cooler Fatalis, it's still again a Fatalis. Like I feel like they could do something way crazier than that.
Oh, I definitely think they're gonna have a what do you call it? Like fuck. A main monster that's completely new.
Yeah,
100% believe that.
and if I honestly, I think if we saw any like crazy monster returning right now, and you might think I'm nuts on this one, but I think one that people would love to see back or love to see a reason to fight again would be Dalamadur.
Oh, Dalamadur is definitely coming back, I think, because like there's the skeletal remnants.
Yeah, it was it was in World though too, wasn't it? The skeletal remnants.
No, I don't think so.
I thought there was in Valhazak's area that there was a skeleton of a Dalamadur in World.
If there was, I did not actually recognize it then. Again, World and everything was like pre-car crash for me. So
Okay.
after the car crash, my memory's kind of been like on the shitters. Because I had to take a
Understood.
lot of like medications.
Gotcha.
Well, for that one.
Dude, the only thing I don't like about like having multiples of the same monster in the same area is like when I'm trying to carve it and this stupid thing will not let me get my carves off.
Or when you're trying to fish, you should have seen me yesterday with the fucking kutku. I think also like since they're bringing back Lagarcrus and everything, like I feel like they should also try and bring back some of the old favorites or like the classic monsters like Plesioth. Like I want newer generations to like feel the pain of fighting a Plesioth with the
Check
hip text.
City, yeah. I think they probably will. I want Zamtrios. I want.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Zamtrios is gonna be another one that's gonna be really cool. The
You know,
stupid
because
shark.
I thought we were gonna get him an Iceborne. I'm like, okay, snow area, it's done deal, right? So I was like, okay, yeah, clearly they're gonna do Zamtrios, and then they did that. They had that one trailer where you see that shark fin swimming under the ice, and I can't remember the name of that one. It was one of the ones they added in Iceborne, the new monsters that they added in Iceborne. But I got trolled to hell back on the Iceborne because I was like, oh my god, it's my boy, you know, and then it wasn't him.
Apparently, they did have a lot of things planned. Okay, I don't know if I should be able to talk about like tell him to leave his basement, please. Who? Awesome. What the heck?
Technically, I am in my basement, so I mean, I guess I
Okay.
Beototus, that's who it was that I was thinking of from Iceborne. And I got totally trolled on when they showed Beototus in the trailer because I thought it was my boy Zamtrios.
Oh, yeah, the mud monster.
Yeah.
Or is there an ice
No.
variant of that?
Yeah, no. Not the mud monster.
No, Jurotodos. Jurotodos was the mud monster.
Beototus was the ice one that swam underneath in Iceborne.
I see. I'm gonna have to revisit a lot of these games again.
Yeah, but
Man.
I like at the end of the day, like they made a deliberate call not to include elder dragons in this, and there has to be a reason for that.
Definitely, I think I'm very expectant of the new, and also like this new direction with like where it's more story focused. Although I honestly feel like they lost the mark because like Nata is such a character.
Dude, I don't care. I don't care how much I dislike Nata. The handler is not here.
Yeah, true.
If you told me I could get rid of handler and get my girl Alma, I don't really care what other annoying ass character there is in the game. Like that's a day one. Yeah, sign me up. I cannot. Dude, the handler might be my least favorite character in the series ever.
Same here. Same here. I don't like I don't like her voice act.
I don't like her voice
acting.
acting. I don't like her behavior, her characteristics. I don't like the fact that for some reason she appears to have jaundice and nobody ever addresses it.
I don't like the fact that she's always eating. Bro, there's being charming and funny and quirky about food and everything, and then there's like just sitting on the fucking canteen every time.
Like nothing's ever serious with her, even though we're like dealing with monsters that like could kill you in a heartbeat. For some reason, like facially, she always looks like she's deathly sick. I don't know why. I don't know why they made her look like that. Like it was like, hey, let's make her look otherwise normal, but for some reason she's going to look like she has sunken eyes. Maggie's, I swear to God, would you shut it?
Oh my god, I am getting hit like an idiot. I don't want to go down. I don't want to go down.
You guys want to go in your crates, or you want to go ahead and shut up now? That's what I thought. But yeah, no, dude, did you played Iceborne, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Dude, I swear to God, those like 3 quests where we had the serious handler were like a breath of fresh air, and then we lost.
Yeah. I remember that.
I'm like, oh my God, give her back to me now. I do not want that thing.
Yeah, from the Ace Cadet, right? She's the glasses wearing one. She was so serious, and like her voice acting was so good. Oh my God, I remember that.
Hey, what's good, DJ? I see you there, bro.
Yeah, the original handler
and then
us.
they're like, here's your handler back. I'm like, no, you take her back. I do not want her.
I intentionally delayed the primary assignments just so I can have the serious handler with me. Oh, hey, sub 3 minutes, we did it!
Congrats.
Yo! Nice, Fatty, nice, good job.
Looks like it's
Hey, let's go for an even quicker time. I'll try to focus a little bit now.
get away from these claws.
Also, Brian, would you want to do it again? Do you wanna do some more Akuma hunts?
You know, and I'll tell you that the thing about the handler that made me it was the angriest out of everything. It was the thing that she did that I hated the most. Was that stupid game in the Iceborne area where you would like have the cats and the pipes and you were trying to build pressure and like the thing explodes and this idiot's throwing potatoes in the oven at the end. I'm like, oh my God, I just want to punch her in the face.
For me, the moment I started hating on or like was starting to get iffy about the handler was the introduction where she goes meowdy doo. Oh no, I don't speak feline or whatever. And that was the moment.
What was worse to me was that Capcom thought I liked Pard for some reason. Like, no, like they kept on like even when they reintroduced like the handler skin for Alma, like their post on Twitter was like, how's it going, Pard? I'm like, no. You take that back and you burn it. I want nothing to do with that.
I know. Also, Tick is asking you to get him out of his out of your basement. Apparently, let him out of his your basement. There we go. They're just memeing right now, bro.
Yeah, totally. Hey DJ, hold on. Let me give you his URL. There's his URL.
Are you kidding me?
That's his URL.
I overshot
DJ.
my sure you can.
Yeah, I could not believe in their post that they're like, hey, we're going to use Pard again for nostalgia. I'm like, no, you leave that where I buried it.
Yeah, also, yeah, Pard. That's her nickname, right? Oh
yes.
My God, I forgot about that.
She calls us Pard for, I don't know why.
I think she was like trying. I think they were trying to emulate the Guildmarm from Monster Hunter 4U, for example, because like on Monster Hunter 4U, the Guildmarm like lovingly calls us Noodle.
But the thing of it is this is what I don't get, right? So
Doodle, not Noodle.
The criticisms were on World were like, okay, you use these boring weapon designs, like everything looks very muted. Why was Pard the one thing you wanted to reference the old games with?
Also, hi Devil, welcome to the stream.
What's good, speaker? How you doing today?
What classic monster do I want in Monster Hunter Wilds? Plesioth. I want the pain back.
Zam Trios. I want my big bloated frog shark. Give it back to me.
You know what? On a serious note, I also want the Great Jaggy to be back. I miss my dude.
I could deal with that. I could deal with Great Jaggy. Like, is it entry level?
Yeah, I miss my sentient training dummy.
The problem that I have is because we got no elders in the base game, I feel like we're going to get a disproportionate amount of elders in the G rank expansion because there's no way we don't to balance out the game. At least that's my theory on the matter.
Devil Joe, yeah, Devil Joe is also another contender for me as well.
Yeah, I would love Pickle. We need invaders in this game, period, right? Like somebody was saying yesterday, Basilgeist, and I'm like, dude, I would kill for any invader right now, right? Like they need to be in here.
We technically have Arkveld as the invader. That's why like Arkveld's soundtrack is a little bit closer to Basilgeist, in my opinion.
But the thing of it is because the story's so built around him, like he doesn't feel like an invader, right? Like invaders are not things that we have whole storylines around. They're just assholes who show up, right? Like we don't need a whole quest line for that.
Dang it, we couldn't get it sub 3 again. Sorry, I feel like I played badly on that one. I missed a few. We need the B-52 bomber, absolutely.
I'm trying to think of what are there any other invaders that I'm thinking of or that I'm not thinking of right now?
There's Devil Joe for sure. There's Basilgeist.
Like older invaders. That wasn't even really a thing though, was it? It wasn't really until World that invaders was a concept.
Yeah, it's always been Devil Joe. But there are a few that kind of mimic the apexes of now.
What about the
thank you.
The Tigrex variant that we had in World?
There was a Tigrex variant in World. I remember there's like Brute Tigrex or Tigrex. There's the Molten Tigrex.
There was the one in World that was just like a darker version.
It's probably Molten then, if it's like darker.
It wasn't Molten. It was I'll look it up here in a second. If anybody happens to know which version I'm talking about,
I'm looking it up. I'm googling it.
Okay, because I'm right now fighting a Kungalala. I've just been fighting Kungalalas while I'm talking to you, because why not?
Yeah, gotta have something for our audience to look at. That's how I view it. It's not Apex, I don't think. Also, by the way, for those of you interested, I'm planning on doing a revisit of all the older Monster Hunter franchises as well. So we're gonna have Mondays and Tuesdays. I'm gonna do God of War streams, and then I think Wednesdays I'll do a revisit to older Monster Hunter franchise titles from now on.
I would like. I don't have all of them available. Like I could stream GU or I could stream Rise, but it would be very difficult for me to stream the other ones unless I got them to where I could emulate them.
Okay, so Devil, I might be able to help you with that a little bit because I am a longsword player. Sorry, awesome.
No, go for it.
hold on. So so in any Monster Hunter iteration, you have to be really familiar with your weapons moveset. So in Iceborne, you have something called the Special Sheath or EI sheathing. So it's this. So if you're playing with a controller, if you hold after an attack, if you hold right trigger as well as the dodge button, or like A in my case, together, you're gonna go into Special Sheath. And if you time it right, you can do a counter. So like Longsword is all about countering. It is a very counter-heavy weapon. So the more you understand your weapon, as well as the more you understand the monster you're fighting, the more effective you're going to be at not taking damage. Apart from the traditional dodging, there's also this, which is right trigger and B. And that's what's like this spirit foresight slash. That's what it's called. This is also available in World, by the way. So that's the two things I think you should work on for effectively fighting monsters.
One thing that always got me that I missed about Iceborne when they introduced the EI Spirit Slash, I liked the risk reward of the initial version of the EI Spirit Slash. I was kind of sad in Rise when they took that away, where like if you missed it, you would lose your spirit gauge. Like it was like, how bad do you really want to try to do this?
Dude, yeah, I mean Rise, you know, I've always had issues with Rise, to be honest, because so Monster Hunter development cycle is done by two teams. They've got the main Monster Hunter team that works on the main titles like Monster Hunter 4, Monster Hunter World, Monster Hunter Wilds, Monster Hunter, you know, all that. And then they've got, in between, they've got a portable, what we call, I think the fans call them the portable team, where they work on Monster Hunter Portable. I think that's where the naming convention started. And then they made Generations Ultimate. They made Monster Hunter Rise. So the main series, or the main devs, the lead team always works on a more serious Monster Hunter titles, where like it's more about the monsters rather than the combat. And then they have the portable team who are more experimental. And then because of their experimental stuff, the reiteration happens in the main titles. So for example, Foresight Slash, Helmbreakers, everything, all these came from Generations.
Maggie, hush. Sorry.
No worries. So I did kind of choose the wrong weapon, and I only found out after finishing World and started Iceborne. I mean, that's fine. Like, you know, that's the great thing about Monster Hunter is like you can always experiment with new weapons. I do that from time to time, but at the same time, right now for me, my primary goals is try to be a speedrunner. So you'll always like mostly see me play with longsword, for example, and nothing else, because I'm just trying to like get to a point where I can just you know, play this weapon as well as I can. Don't say that. Let me attempt to do a quick demonstration. I'm gonna go with a 3-star just so I can get the hunts done quickly.
Hey,
I'll be right back.
actually, bro, it's like half hour past when I usually go, so I'm probably gonna raid out anyways.
Okay.
I definitely like this, dude. We should talk about like doing a podcast or something where we just talk about gaming stuff. Like,
Yeah, sure.
I feel like that would be, because I definitely like enjoyed this, and I think it's something I would do, you know, going forward periodically too. But like, I feel like it would be nice to have a place to just like riff off of the gaming industry, you know?
Yeah, I am 100% down for that. Yeah, I'm really happy you reached out and we got to try this today.
Yeah, I was like, there's a button there, I should push it. So there we go.
Great,
right,
says
man.
Ohio, Texas. All right, man.
Hey, enjoy the rest of your stream, bro.
Thank you.
All right, catch you later.
Later.
All right, guys. Appreciate y'all tonight. Sorry it was a bit of a different thing. I tried something, wanted to see how it would go. We'll be back tomorrow. Elden Ring Night Rain will be here. We'll be ready to roll. So let me raid out here real quick. Who are we gonna raid out to?
Oh no.
Is it still
Yeah.
okay? Let's see here. We'll raid out to Sin. Oh wait. You know what? We'll raid out to Super Saiyan Sensei because he was here earlier. We'll raid out to him. All right, guys. I will catch you tomorrow. I'm asleep. All right. Catch you later.